Today on Unpacked, it must be extremely difficult living in the shadow of your parents.
Being a celebrity's kid, they automatically assume maybe you're a genius.
It was me proving a point to them. I can sing. You know, it's not because I'm or anything. I can sing and I love doing this.
I want to make sure that when I'm in studio with that man, we stand toe to toe.
Being raised by a public figure or a celebrity should have its own challenges and interesting experiences. Both of our guests are here today to share. Let's unpack. Rethabile Khumalo is a National School of the Arts alumni whose talent was noticeable from a very young age. As the daughter of vocal powerhouse Winnie Khumalo, Rethabile has managed to find her own place in the music industry with hit songs and successful collaborations. Phila Madlingozi is the son of legendary musician Ringo Madlingozi. The apple did not fall far from the tree, as Phila's great voice has seen him reaching the top 16 of a popular music singing reality competition show and release his own music. He has also found a home in acting, having starred in notable roles on television shows. These are their stories. Let's unpack. Rethabile, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us here on Unpacked.
Thank you so much, Sisi.
Now, you are the daughter of somebody who we all know and love.
Yeah.
Share with us who you are the daughter of.
Okay, I am the daughter of Winnie Khumalo. Let me say the legendary Winnie Khumalo.
Yes.
You know, yeah, she raised me and I am the woman that I am today because of her.
You actually have such a striking resemblance that I know people at home will see it, but in person, even your energy is that vibrant energy that you get when you're with Mom Winnie Khumalo. All right, so maybe share with us your earliest childhood memory, just you being a young kid growing up. What was life like?
All right, life was okay. I mean, Nkuliso Mom Winnie Khumalo, she's always busy. She was always working. Bekahlela no Brenda Fasi. And, you know, ukumbona ngaleso sikhathi makakhona ekhaya bengijabula. Ngenye indlela because ngithanda ukucula, everybody knows, and naye uyacula, so mina naye siyinte one, you understand, but most of the time bekahleza ngekho sisala nomamkhulu or nogogo, but we had to understand ukuthi umama uyasebenza, you know. Ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi sidle, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But
did you understand what it was? Like, did you actually understand, or did you think everybody's homes are like this?
I understood because benginokubona like esikoleni parents meetings. My mom wouldn't come, like my mom wasn't there, and there had to be someone or representer umamam, which is umamkhulu noba ugogo. And for the other kids, abazali babo bebehlezi bakhona. So beyinokuba buhlungu, but at the same time I'd understand ukuthi I know mama makabuye eshowini, new clothes, you know. Simtepu siba grand, you understand? So, yeah.
Would you say your childhood was a happy, loving one?
Yes, it was. She did a great job. She did. And by the way, she's a single parent.
Yes.
And my dad is also in music. Abaning Abazi, Usibi. He used to sing with Spokes H, the late Spokes H. He did Itiba. Yeah, abakdala bazomazi, you know. So, mama moyenzile le Taiwan, and I mean, look at who I am today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because of it. Yeah. And what would you say the family structure was like, considering that you have, you know, two musician parents, but one of them was not there full time?
Yeah. Indaba yokujwayela siswami, like abanye uyababona abahlezi abo baba bakhona abahlezi bakhona, but wakha akekho. Uyafona. Okay, uba khona ngaleso sikhathi efonini noma ngihamba ngiyovakasha ekhaya la eval, he'd leave me with my aunt, and he was always busy. So ngicine ngijwayele ukuthi okay, my dad is not there and it is what it is. Like there's nothing I can do to change it. I'm just going to appreciate into enginayo, which is my mom and my brother, and
Yeah. And then Phila, from your side, and welcome to the show, Phila Madlingozi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So tell us who you are the son of.
I am the son of the amazing, the incomparable Ringo Madlingozi.
Yes. And talk to me about your upbringing and what that was like?
Well, I was born here in Johannesburg. Both my parents were musicians as well. So my grandmother came to fetch us because my parents were not going to be raising kids in the Jozi of that time because they were still young, they were still popping, they were everywhere. There was no one that was going to be there to look, to take care of us. So my grandmother took us to PE, and that's where I was raised.
Yeah, yeah. And what was the energy like? Would you say it was happy and loving, or was it something else?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was amazing for me because I was always protected from the limelight. Like I grew up with my mom's surname because of that. You know, my father wanted to protect us from being chased by the media and so on and so forth. So I grew up as a Phila Makanda, so I never had the attention. People only found out that I was Ringo-san when I was like 23, 24. So I grew up unprotected. I was not really part of the whole having a famous dad situation. The only thing I can say is that I wish we could have had more time together so that he gets to know me properly. And because right now at 30 something, I'm only really starting to get to know who he is, what he likes, what goes on about him. So everything else was great, but I wish he was there often when I was growing up.
But did you, at the time, understand why he wasn't there?
Yeah, of course. My grandmother explained everything. Your parents are stars. They're all over the world. In fact, I didn't mind, in fact, because I didn't see him as my dad until I was really grown. Before, he was just some homie that comes and gives me presents sometimes. Or, it wasn't like, here's dad, here's your father. Until we really got to know each other, and yeah, it became fun. I found out that I have a famous dad.
Yeah. But in that time, what was your understanding of who your father was? In the time that you say, there was a homie that was coming in and out, did you actually have an idea that I have a father, this is who he is, or this is just the setup as it is?
No, he was very, very involved.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I was just naive. I was just used to being raised by the women. I had my grandmother and my aunts, and it was enough, I guess. But he was always there. I grew up between my mom's family and my dad's family. So I was between Cape Town and PE. So I saw him enough. I knew that that's my dad.
Yes.
But it wasn't I didn't have access to him, so I didn't have the fear of a father. When you know your father is, so I never had that. It was my mom. It was always,
What would, from your side, Rethabile, what would some of your friends, what was their view of what your life was like when you were growing up? Because their parents didn't do what your parents did.
Yeah. Back in primary, izinto bezihlukile. I was treated differently.
In a bad way.
Khumalo, and I just wanted to be like wonke umuntu. Makuthiwa siyapanishwa sonke siyakorobha asikorobheni. Mangabe, you understand? So like things for me were very, very different, like extremely different. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was very, very different. I was treated very differently.
In a bad way or in a good way?
In a bad way.
Yeah. What are some of the effects of how they treated you?
I lost a lot of confidence. I wasn't that active esikolweni in primary kakhulu because abantu, let's say, uteacher makakhethe mina athi mhlambe you gada ukuthi ubani orasayo, everyone would be like, oh no, ukhethe yena because umntana kaWinnie Khumalo, or kuthiwa Rethabile prefect, oh she's a prefect because, so mina I was just always the girl or who's just always at the back, like bengafuni next. Naku choir, they only discovered ukuthi ngiyacula in grade 7.
Yeah.
I was just quiet the whole time, you know.
Yeah,
because I was avoiding. Oh, she's leading because her mom is, you know, and it's not nice.
How different would it have been, do you think, if no one knew who your mom was?
Yo, kabe ngirokile, oh. Kabe ngirokile, like, yo, ngithanda izinto mina, surely niyazibonela, maningibona. I love dancing, I love being out there, but then, ngalesiya sikhathi, like, bengihlezi ngizifihla because avoid ukuthi bazothi, oh no, she's there because of, so, yeah.
Phila, did you get treated differently or literally no one knew?
No, I did. People knew in the townships because they like things. They'd always see my dad's car arriving and it would be a party for the whole week.
Yeah.
So the pressure was there because benhlale lokishini with my grandmother, but I go to school in the burbs. So my township community and my family would be on some, when you are too cheese boy for us, yet where I go to school, I'm too poor for them. So I think that's the most drama that I experienced being Ringo's son. And maybe at school, there was a lot of pressure. As being a celebrity's kid, they automatically assume maybe you're a genius because your dad is famous. You have to be smart. You have to be the best at everything. You have to be obedient. You have to, you're supposed to act like royalty, as if you're being groomed to be someone's king somewhere, you know? So I think those are the pressures that I had, but I didn't mind. I really didn't mind. I think I was raised to be strong enough to just take it.
Do you think your life, though, could have looked different had no one known?
I don't know. I seriously don't know because, wow. I think maybe I was going to enjoy it more because there's no pressure, especially being an artist, being an actor, singer, you know, we go to these auditions and when people see us, they expect you to rock it. You're not normal to them, you know, so the pressure of always having to be the best, I think I wasn't going to have much of that. I was going to enjoy being an artist more because I was going to be the first in my family to do it, you know.
So let's talk about the more positive side. Were there any perks to being the child of a superstar?
Yeah, of course, there's positive. Like masingene endaweni, you know, masoba nabo 16, 17, but ziyawa kuphi, like, I don't need a ticket.
Yes.
My mom is Winnie Khumalo, I get there, I'm like, yo, hey, and then bavele bangifake, like, isn't this njalo? Nasesikolweni, my teacher used to really, really like me. NSA, I went to NSA, by the way. He used to favor me. I'd say, yo, why, wena? Mama uyazi ukuthi ngimthanda kanjani. You understand into ezinjalo. So he'd always, magabo ukuthi okay, kunenkinga mhlambe ngama-marks ami angibize. No, come. I'll sit with you privately. I want you to do well. You understand? So bangaloko bakulandelela bathi ufailile. You understand? So yeah. So
lots of perks.
Yeah.
And your side, Phila?
Same, you know, same vibe. But I enjoyed especially when I was younger, the attention from the ladies. Yeah, you know, being Ringo's son, everyone was like, oh my God, can you also sing? Can you please sing for us? So I was that guy. So I enjoyed. I think it prepared me for making music for women now, making love music, because I was always around those situations. I saw how they loved him. I saw how, you know, people wanted even today, there are a lot of people that want me to replace him, and it's not going to happen. So I enjoyed those. Those are the perks.
So let's jump to that part then, Phila, and I'll start with you. I mean, the expectations. You've spoken already about the expectations when people know who you are, in inverted commas, because they don't actually know who you are. They know whose child you are.
Yeah.
What are some of those pressures and expectations that don't make sense?
That I should be a genius because my father is popular or famous. What if he's not a genius?
Yeah.
That's what I always ask people. I'm like, what if my dad was dumb and famous? Well, you expect me to be dumb and famous too? Like,
yeah.
There's so many unnecessary things. Like they expect us to be flashy, to be always in Santin, popping bottles, on vacation with other famous people. Like we should be the example of what the ideal is, you know. And we are not the ideal. We were born in this situation, and by God's grace, we made it happen.
What kind of expectation? And especially now that I think about it, the both of you are the children of the same-sex parent. So now I would even think that the pressures are possibly even more.
Yeah.
What about for you? How did you find that experience?
Well, for me, people always expected me to be like my mom. I mean, we are two different people. Even musically, she is more into like dancing. Happy. I'm much more calm and I love jazz music.
Yes.
So people would be like, "When you should be, shy vuma when and I'm out there playing my guitar."
Yeah.
Like we are just two different people, and they always expect me to sing fun and I.
Yes.
The way I'm and that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And what would you say has been the most wrong assumption about you?
Ukuthi ngilangkhona because of my mom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's like when I did the musical competition, abantu abaningi bebahlezi basho ukuthi uzowina because umamako, umakhumalo. I did it once and I failed. I was eliminated with top 16. I went back again. I failed again. And that's when I was like, you know what? Because Mangiala Payana, it was me proving a point to them. I can sing. It's not because or anything. I can sing and I love doing this. So I failed twice. I did The Voice until I realized, you know what? I just want to do this on my own. I will go out there and hustle like all these artists. And I met up with your tiras and no DJ Zinhle. Umlilo is all because of me. My mom has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I DM'd Zinhle and Sayenzi Ngoma Wednesday. So people always assume, oh no, DJ Zinhle and Winnie Khumalo were both in Kalawa.
Yes.
So clearly,
therefore,
you understand. So yeah, that's what we go through.
And it's interesting because some people, while they think, oh, you're only where you are because of your mother, others are thinking, why didn't you just call your mom to help you? So why didn't you?
Because bengibalekela lokho ukuthi bazothi ngisizo umamami, and I just wanted to prove a point ukuthi I can do this with or without my mom. And I realized ukuthi akusizi ukuthi ngiloko ngizama ukuprove a point kubantu. My mom is my dictionary. Like yonke into engiyifacana nayo in this industry, she's the first person I ask because she's been in this industry way before I was even born. You understand? So for me now, it's a blessing. Dala, I felt like it was a curse. Ukuthi my mommy, since ndefanayo, you understand? But now, yazi ukuthi umuntu makathi Rethabile, I want to feature you. I go to my mom. I'm like, Mom, this person wants to feature me. And then she will tell me, kunezinto ezifana nabo session fee, kunezinto ezifana nama split sheets. Like I learn from her a lot, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
And I think that must be so helpful. I'm always just thinking to myself, if you're already being accused of being where you are because of your mom, then you might as well have just gotten her help.
You know what I mean?
You know? And you still chose not to use her help.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Phila?
I was gonna do it on my own either way. I think my parents knew my independence a long time ago. In fact, my dad didn't want me to be an artist. because I was into science a lot growing up. I love physics. I love space. I love the planets. So he thought maybe I'm gonna wear a white lab one day. But I always have access to him. Like Rethabile said, our parents are like our dictionaries. They are our libraries, in fact. You know, that's where we learn. That's where I learned everything that I know about protecting myself in this industry, about growing a brand, about just etiquette, everything that I need to be and do in order to build whatever I'm trying to do. So I'm very lucky that I had access to him like that, but I've always done everything on my own. I'm also cousins with Umxolisa. I think you know Umxolisa, MXO.
Yes.
He's a singer. Yes, that's my cousin. So I grew up with him. So he was my mentor.
Small world. Yeah.
At the beginning. So he taught me studio live. He taught me. I went on my first tour with MXO. So I've always had a lot of people around me that are in the arts. So I was pretty safe.
Yeah. So knowing everything you do about the industry, why did you still choose to follow that path? Because it is difficult. It's not easy.
Yeah. I believe I was born to do music, mina.
Yeah.
Bathi uzalwa nayo iphethe kanje ngesandla. I believe I'm one of those abazalwe bayiphethe ngesandla because surely mongabona nje ama-video ami ngisakhula bongulo mntana lo at 6 months I'd be standing bamba matafula trying to dance and move. My dad has those videos. Like it's in me. I've always been that girl. She can sing this note. You understand? And this cat must hamba. That's when I realized, I really love this, and I don't want to do anything else besides music. Even if my mom wasn't who she is, I was still gonna choose music because I know music has always chosen me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phila, you say that your father didn't actually want you in this industry doing what he's doing. So why did you still choose to pursue it?
Like Rethabile said, we are possessed. This thing, it took us. We're wasting another choice. I think about it, especially during COVID. I sat and I thought, like what else could you have done with your life? Because the arts are so difficult. And the only answer I get is music. Sing, tell stories. That's how you're going to change people's lives. That's how you're going to change your own life. So there's literally nothing else. I've always known that I'm going to be where I am. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more now because I know what it takes. I know that there will always be challenges, and I should look forward to them because I come out the other side better and stronger.
So from your side, Rethabile, where are you today, and where would you like to see yourself in the future?
Okay, I'm happy about Langi Kona Namhlanje. I mean, I'm not where I am, I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm on my way there. You understand? Shout out to Usis Kukukati for believing in me and, everybody else that has been a part of my journey. And there's still more. Zovuli Skolo, so music, strictly kids, because my teenagers, guys, So people do know that I play guitar, I play double bass, I play piano. So I'm gonna have a school, and I'm hoping with 5 years Leo, sesaziwa, just like your NSA. And I'm not gonna do music forever though. I really like being behind. That girl who writes actually, sing F sharp instead of D minor,
So you mean you are going to do music forever, you're just not going to be at the front performing,
yes,
being the recording artist all the time?
Yes, because the pressure there is too much. You can't live your life anymore. People are always watching you.
Hey, it's a real thing.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. So it's
really
not with what it comes with. What happened that you feel that way?
A lot. I mean, my car accident, it's been, I was involved in a car accident last year, March, and people have been wanting to see my scars, bazibuza ukuthi abanye baza bazongibona just to see ukuthi ngilimele kangakanani, to go and spread the news ukuthi yo ulimele ukhwayekile ubuso, like izinto ezinjalo. Kubuhlungu. It's akukho mnandi, you know. I don't like that part. I wish nami mhlambe ngacabanga njengo, is it Sia or SIA or something? She covers her face so she gets that child
Yes,
to
it is
dance.
Sia.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wish nami kabe ngayenza kanjalo if bengazi ukuthi kubanje. You know, I mean, if anything had to happen to my mom or me, like it wouldn't pressure njalo, there's always Winnie Khumalo's daughter, or you know, it's just too much for me.
Do people ever mistakenly call you by your mom's name?
They call me Kelly, guys. Eh.
They call you what?
Yeah, they be like, no, Kelly. I'm like, no, guys, it's Rethabile. What? But I love Kelly. She knows. Shout out to
Which
her.
Kelly do they think?
Khumalo.
Really?
I need to go Khumalo. Kelly Khumalo.
I understand.
You know?
Okay. I get it. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. Okay. And Phila, what about you? Where are you today and where do you hope to see yourself in future?
Well, today, I've recently decided to concentrate on my music because I was doing a lot of TV. And I am grateful for those opportunities. I am not saying I do not want them, but I want to show off my musicality now. You know, I had a big taste when I had the opportunity to be part of the score, Sesigizi, the show that I did, and we won a SAFTA for that.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing for me, and you know, it was confirmation for me. It was affirmations that, you know, I'm on the right path. So yeah, I'm looking forward to creating a lot of music for movies now. You know, I think I want to do scores. I want to do a lot of productions. I'm also a storyteller. So maybe in the near future, we'll work on a legacy project for my dad, because I would have loved to create a cartoon for him, or, you know, something that is gonna have his name live forever.
Talk to me about working with mom.
Okay.
Because I know now you've established yourself.
Yeah.
So is that on the cards, and what does that look like?
We do have a couple of songs. I mean, it's Lala So too. The studio's calling endlini. You know, you just wake up with the song and you're like, yo, moms, come through. Fagala verse 2. You understand? As but I know you are definitely going to love them because we are just expressing ourselves. You know, mother and daughter. You understand? So yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you, Phila, working with your dad?
We actually have a song. I think I was like 11, if not 12. It's on one of his albums.
Yes.
We were in studio. In fact, we were bored and we were in studio, and we decided to disrupt him until he allowed us to join the song. So, but right now he's busy working on a new project, and I'm crossing fingers that I will get the invite to be part of that album.
Yes.
Because, you know, people think because these are our parents, excess, you know.
How I thought you're gonna just say, you're gonna call him and be like, okay, when must I come?
Let me tell you, you see my father, man, the way he's such a perfectionist. He does not care who you are, even if you come from him. If you are not good enough, you are not going to work with him.
And I know both your parents, and they really are absolute perfectionists.
Yeah.
Like absolute perfectionists and stellar live performers, not just great recording artists, but also just stellar live performers.
Yeah. So I'm in the gym right now. I want to make sure that when I'm in studio with that man, we stand toe to toe. I don't want it to look like, oh wow, shame, your father's gonna make you famous now.
Yes. Well done, my boy, kind of a situation.
Ow.
I got you. Okay, Phila, from your side, final words that you'd like the viewers at home to know.
Thank you so much for the support that you've been giving me so far. Thank you to everyone that has been showing love to my father too and his legacy. We have so much more that we're going to do for the country, for the continent, for Black people. And I hope that you're all safe. You are wearing your masks. Let's survive this pandemic. And yeah, next year is another year.
Thank you so much, Phila and Rita. Final words from your side.
Mina ngumuntu ohleza encourage abantu. If unephupho out there, I mean, just like me, you know, I've always been dreaming. Don't give up on your dreams. It doesn't matter. A lot of people have witnessed me, my testimony, Tiwa, no to me twice. And I was called back on that stage as a performer this time, not as a contestant.
Yes.
And I went to them. No. When Jesus says yes,
nobody can say no.
You understand?
Yes.
So just believe in your dream and do you. One day, and trust me, izovulekela. Sliding door. You understand?
Yes.
Harmonite.
Full class.
You know what I
full
mean?
Class.
Yeah.
I got you. Thank you so much, Rethabile. I think it's so beautiful what you've been able to the point you've been able to get to in your life. It must be extremely difficult living in the shadow of your parents because some kids become wanawa mang. Even if you're not doing the same thing, now you're trying to carve out your own path. And I think you've been able to do that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, my sister.
Hashtag Unpacked with Relebogile. What are your thoughts on today's show? Do you have any ideas or things that you'd like to share with us on any other possible shows? Keep the conversations going. And just like everybody else, the stars and their children are human and they have their own human experiences. But more importantly, I love the fact that even though you can see it's hard, even though you can see that the people around you think you got it not on merit, but because of who your parents are, you do it anyways, and I hope you can take that with you. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Next time on Unpacked.
It's okay to say, let me try something else.
My intention was that I want to be wealthy. I want to take my mom out of a shack.
When you start a business, the challenges evolve as the business evolves.
I learned how to make a business plan at the age of 15.
Unpacked with Relebogile Mabotja. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Television edited broadcasts weekdays at 5 p.m. Open up to S3.